Manuel is with us in San Antonio. Hey, Manuel, how are you?
I'm doing good, Dave, and yourself?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Excellent. Okay, here's the scenario. My daughter, who's going to graduate later on this month from high school, she has the opportunity to attend either one of two universities. University A for $88,000 total, and University B for a total of $208,000. She wants to go, of course, to University B. How do we explain and or convince her that University A is the better option?
Okay. What is she studying?
She wants to study to become either a biology or chemistry major and then pursue a medical degree.
Okay. Do either one of these, do you have any actual data that more people get into med school from either one of these universities?
It's about the same.
You have actual data, or that's a guess?
No. We looked at the acceptance rates into medical schools from both of these universities,
Okay.
and they're
So her attending the more expensive does not help her get into med school.
It doesn't increase the probability. No.
Okay.
What's her reasoning for going to the more expensive school?
It's away from home.
There it is. There's the underlying issue. So how far away from home is this?
Wait a minute. So the first thing I would say to her is, okay, if you're going to be a medical doctor, you have to use critical thinking skills. Okay?
Correct.
And so basically what we're saying is these two schools have the same acceptance rate, and so you are not paying a dime more to go to the for education. Your only reasoning is you want to spend an extra $140,000 or whatever this comes out, over $100,000. You want to spend an extra $100,000 to live away from home.
Good point.
Yeah. And so that's this is not a discussion about education. This is a discussion of am I willing to pay for you to live away from home?
Well, the answer is no.
Yeah, not am I willing to pay for, if you went out on your own and just weren't going to school and you graduated from college, high school, and went and got a job and went out on your own, I'm not paying for that. That's like your job because you're like being an adult and stuff, right?
Right.
And so if there's another good reason, I mean, we can discuss it. I don't mind asking a series of questions. I assume you're paying for this.
Yes, we are paying for this.
Okay.
How much money do you have saved up?
Well, we have enough saved up for for University A at $88,000, but we do not have enough saved up to go the extra $120,000 to the $208,000.
Yeah. So you can cash flow University A.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The answer to that is yes, but not cash flow University B. There have to be other options there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, there's yet another reason. I don't want you in student loan debt.
Exactly.
Does she have any skin in the game here? It feels like she has no concept of how much money this actually is at 18.
Initially, I thought she had the concept, but recently, after our discussion, I don't think she does because she insists on wanting to go to University B, and it's like, well, we can't afford it. And it's like, that just caused a shutdown in the conversation.
Okay. Well, we can't afford it, but also I think we just need to talk through the reasoning of what's going on here, okay?
Right.
I love you, and I want what's best for you. I don't want you in debt because it's not best for you. B, I want you to be able to live your dream. I'm not trying to tell you to not live your dream in terms of going to med school, but there's no difference between these two on going to med school. And so really all we're paying for is for you to live away from home, and we don't have the money for that. And so, honey, I'm just sorry as I can be. It's just it's a horrible thing to be you. You're going to get your college paid for, but not the one you wanted to go to. And you're not going to get to move away from home in order to do that. And so unless you figure out a way to pay for it. If you figure out a way to pay for it, and by the way, if you paying for it is you taking out student loans, I'm not going to give you the $88,000. I'm not going to subsidize your stupidity.
Oh, good point. That I didn't even think about it to approach it from that perspective.
Yeah, and so and at the end of the day, I love you. I've got your best interest at heart. I have $100,000 almost laying here to help you do this, to live your dream, and I'm willing to put all of that towards you because you're my daughter. I love you more than life itself, but I'm not going to participate in things that don't bring you good results. Now, if the other school had an acceptance rate that was 5x, School B did of School A,
right.
Then I'm going to start scratching around trying to find scholarships. I'm going to have her working an extra job. I'm going to have you working an extra job. If we can get her into med school 5x times, 5 times more likely, then we can talk about trying to make that happen. But so far, I don't hear any value for School B in what you've presented to us, other than she gets to live away from home. Whoop-de-doop-de.
Right. Yeah. Now, for more information, she is a really smart cookie, and she's gotten.
I would hope she is if she's trying to get into med school.
Exactly, and she's gotten tons of scholarships, and that's why these numbers are "quote unquote" as low as they are. But yeah, there's still
This is net of scholarships.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly. Wow, exactly. So, it's incredible what she's accomplished. But
these are these are both expensive schools, then.
Yes, sir. They are.
Yeah.
They are. But again, we're willing to go with School A because we got the cash flow for it. Can't go to School B. Like you said, we're not going to fund her to live away from home.
Yeah.
At our time.
And honey, if you'll go out in the driveway, you will notice that there aren't 2 Bentleys sitting there because your mom and I can't afford them.
Right. No.
And you will notice your mom does not. You will notice your mom does not have a $400,000 diamond on her hand because we can't afford it.
Right.
And so money is finite. We're not in Congress.
Good point, sir.
Right. And so, this is just a values lesson. And, but I think underneath all of this, and I would really hesitate to play the card, but underneath all of this at the end of the day is I love you so much that I'm just going to make you do what's smart for you because it's my money.
Okay.
And, I really wouldn't say that if I could possibly avoid it. Instead, I would try to reason. I would try to persuade. I would ask questions. I would talk it through, get her to come to the conclusion I'm really just paying to live away from home because that's really the net of what we're talking about here. And we want you to live this dream, but if you live your dream in an improper way, it becomes a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to, any more than I'm going to let you spend this money on cocaine, I'm also not going to let you spend this money on something else that brings you harm.
Right.
And a reminder that med school is still on the horizon, which is a whole nother beast to tackle financially.
Yeah, exactly. Financially is another beast that we're going to have to tackle together 4 years down the road.
Yeah.
And
so we got to have a long-term vision here. We have to have a long-term game plan, and part of this is an immaturity going, well, I just want to live away from home. Well, that's not worth $120,000. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, hang on. I'm going to have Kelly pick up. We're going to give you a promo code. I think we've got them for the Borrowed Future documentary, do we?
Okay.
Or we can get you one, I think, if not. And you guys watch that together with her, you, your wife, and her. Watch that. Watch the documentary. It will blow her mind and yours. It's all about the epic failure of the student loan crisis. There's a doc in there that's almost $1 million in debt. And an orthodontist in the documentary.
That'll bring you to tears.
And he's crying. It'll make you cry when you watch it. It's unbelievable. Yeah, Borrowed Future just won #1 Webby Award.
Yeah, long-form documentary.
Yeah,
very cool.